Fam, what's up? Good morning. Kyle Henderson, Bama Football on YouTube, talking a little bit of Alabama football recruiting, still on vacation. I appreciate you guys hanging with me. Remember, football practice officially starts this coming Wednesday, right in Tuscaloosa. I will be back in Tuscaloosa to cover news as it happens. Let's talk about the recruiting barbecue. Now, the name that headline was clearly A.K. Deer, right? The running back out of Mississippi, trying to figure out if he was going to attend. Once we figured out that he was going to attend, I think that says a lot about where he's going. And I think he is an Alabama lean. What I love most about this particular recruiting class and this weekend's barbecue is the fact that you had Keelan Russell in attendance, all right? You can look at all the guys that were in attendance, Ty Haywood, Keelan Russell, even Caleb Cunningham, we're gonna talk about in a minute. But I think when you have the leader of your class being there, I think it sets the tempo for the entire stage. Now, everything that I hear, that I see, that I gather, it was super positive, and I get it. You're like, well, when is the commitment going to come for A.K. Deer? Well, we've really never had a timeline to begin with, so I wouldn't really worry about that, in terms of when he is going to commit. But what I look at is, what did he like about the University of Alabama? Now, I've seen inside the comment box, and I want to get your feedback here as well. How many running backs do you think that Alabama will take in this class? Do you think that they will hang on to Turbo Rogers and take A.K. Deer? Do you think there's two commits that'll be running backs in this class of 2025? I want to get your take on that. I've gone back and forth with some people in the comment box. People feel that Alabama's only going to take one. I want to get your take inside the comment box. I saw where A.K. Deer posted on social media. He said, look, as long as mama's happy, and if you can win the mama, you usually win the prospect, right? Mama knows best. So still tracking A.K. Deer. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a commitment sometime this week. If this goes a little bit further, I still wouldn't stress, because I think this recruiting barbecue was a big home run for A.K. Deer. As I was talking about, Keelan Russell, one of the photos that I loved, and there were some great photos being posted by April Moore on social media, but Keelan Russell posted with Caleb Cunningham. And we're going to talk about Derrick Smith, another in-state prospect who might flip to Auburn, but let's talk about the guys that are committed first, okay? Keelan Russell, again, being here, that photo when he was posted with Caleb Cunningham, to me what that says is that's the future of Alabama football, and the future includes 5 stars, all right? This group of coaches has continued to recruit at an ultra high level, and that pick of those guys together, man, look, say what you want. I mean, these guys, and the other thing is like, Keelan Russell, the dude's tall. What is he, close to 6'5", 6'4"? Because, Caleb Cunningham was there, and then there was a poster or a picture of Keelan Russell next to Coach Kalen DeBoer, and Kalen DeBoer is like, what, 6'2"? He's a big dude. And he was, a couple inches taller than him. I like that in my quarterback, and I like the fact that he has athleticism. Some people have talked about his weight. Man, he's going to come here and put on the weight that he needs. But in terms of the leadership, he's there. And guess who else was there? Headlining the entire event was Jalen Milroe. Jalen Milroe, we know this. He is the leader of this Alabama football team. He was there talking to the guys. I even went and heard people talking about the fact that, a lot of this wasn't even about recruiting. It was just about like having a good time, the camaraderie of the guys getting together and understanding what Alabama can do for you, not only on the football field, but in life. And I think these coaches are still trying to get that message across. This is what we're selling, along with the brand of Alabama football. Talk about a couple other names that were in Tuscaloosa. How about this one? Stephen Bua. He's a big defensive lineman who was supposed to be a part of the class of 2024. He's going the junior college route now, and he will still be a member of Alabama's class of 2025 now. So just kind of 1 year out. Man, that photo of him next to Freddie Roach. Look, Freddie Roach is a big dude. And Stephen Bua, look, he kind of made him look small, right? This is a guy who was, 19 years old, if that, and he was at the recruiting barbecue. Love to see that as well. And I think when you look to, you start to look at like defensive linemen, and I get it. We're going to talk about Antonio Coleman right now, who flipped once again. Now, he's been flipped, because he was committed to Auburn. Then Coach KD came on board, and he committed to Alabama. Then he decommitted, and he flipped to Auburn. Look, Auburn is going to get their guys. Now, it seems to me that there's a big money game being played. I don't know if Antonio Coleman left for money or whatever's going on. We know what's happening, right? We understand that money is out there, and that's a part of this game. I did see the photo of Derrick Smith with the money in front of his face. He didn't make the cookout. There's people saying that he is next to decommit from Alabama and commit to Auburn. And kind of reading the tea leaves, it seems like Alabama was recruiting him as a safety, and Auburn is recruiting him as a wide receiver. Now, I think the guy is talented enough to play both sides of the ball, and I would never say, that if he does flip to Auburn, that he's not a quality player, not a quality person. Look, sometimes it's just a better fit for that player. And I do think he's very good, and I would be really excited if he remains a member of this class of 2025. I think Alabama could certainly use him, but if he does flip, then you go to the next guy. And we talk about the guys who want to be a part of something bigger than themselves, and this new brand, kind of stacking on what Coach Kalen DeBoer has going forward. And look, the selling points between Alabama and Auburn, man, there's so many right now. I mean, when's the last time that Auburn beat Alabama? I mean, I can't even imagine being an Auburn fan right now and seeing the success that Kalen DeBoer is having on the recruiting front. And to go as far as posting a tweet that says "Cold Summer" by Auburn after they landed Antonio Coleman, you better land some 5 stars before you start posting something like that. But I get it. It's an in-state rivalry. And I want to continue to see, how Alabama also does in in-state. I saw that Naheem Ofer did make Big Cat Weekend, and he said that he remains committed to Ohio State. I haven't seen much about him in Alabama, and I don't know if Alabama, I'm sure they're still actively recruiting him. I just haven't seen a lot with Naheem Ofer. Naheem Ofer is the #1 player in the state of Alabama out of Parker that is committed to the Ohio State Buckeyes. So we'll keep you posted if Derrick Smith does decommit. I think it's something to certainly watch. We're all watching it basically, so stay notified, as we continue to check that information. Anquan Fagans is a name to know. And the name probably sounds familiar, the last name at least, because his brother, Traquan, originally committed to Alabama and was at Alabama before transferring a couple spots. Now, he transferred to USC, and I think right now he's at University of Central Florida. So he's bounced around a couple times, but look, he's an in-state guy, another guy who was ultra talented that would be welcome to this class. So I would be watching a prospect like that as well. Some other guys that I think from the class of 2026, I don't really cover the guys from 2026 at this point in time, because I just feel that it's a long way to go before these guys commit in the class of 2025. 2026. I know that there's an offensive lineman who was here, and people are excited about that. But I mean, as you saw, 2026 guys, it's too early in the process for those guys. So we focus on the guys of 2025. Let me lay kind of the script for this week. So you got Alabama football practice officially starting on Wednesday. We will keep you posted on press conferences, on practice highlights as they come into Bama football on YouTube. I appreciate you guys sticking with me during my vacation. Good to let my hair down, be at the pool, be at the beach, and I appreciate you guys so much. So Kyle Henderson of Bama football on YouTube. I love you guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys, and I'll be with you as news happens right here on Bama football on YouTube.